Hello, Libra, and welcome to your reading. Come on in. I am so glad you are here today because what I am seeing for you right now is something that I think you have genuinely been waiting for. And I mean that. The fog is lifting, the confusion that has been sitting on your chest, clouding your thoughts, making everything feel uncertain and heavy. It is clearing right now, not next week, not eventually, now. So let's dive in and see exactly what the cards are saying for you. I want to start by just acknowledging something because Spirit is bringing this through very strongly at the top of this reading. You have been in your head a lot. And I know that for Libra, that is not unusual. You are someone who naturally sees every side of a situation, every angle, every possible outcome. That is a gift. But lately, that gift has felt more like a trap. You have been turning something over and over, weighing it, examining it, putting it down, and picking it up again. And the not knowing has been exhausting in a way that is hard to explain to people who do not experience it the way you do. Spirit wants you to know that is over. That cycle is ending. The answer you have been circling around is about to become visible. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right, so the first card coming in here for your current energy is the High Priestess. And oh, Libra, this is so perfect, so fitting for exactly where you are right now. The High Priestess sits between two pillars, between knowing and not knowing, between the visible and the hidden. She holds a scroll in her lap, and she does not rush to open it. She waits. She listens. She trusts that what needs to be revealed will be revealed in its own time. And that is exactly what you have been doing. You have been sitting in the space between. And the High Priestess is here to tell you that the waiting is almost over. What was sealed is beginning to open. This card also speaks to your intuition, Libra. And I want to pause here because this is important. The High Priestess is not confused. She knows. She has always known. The confusion you have been experiencing has not been a lack of inner knowing. It has been a conflict between what you know internally and what you have been told or shown or what you have been trying to rationalize externally. Your gut has had the answer for longer than you realize. What is lifting right now is the noise that was drowning it out. Let me pull another card here to clarify this energy. What else is Spirit showing me about Libra's current state? The Seven of Cups. All right, so this confirms exactly what I was just feeling. The Seven of Cups is all about illusion, about options, about the fog of too many possibilities. When this card appears, it is often because someone has been overwhelmed by choice. Not because they cannot decide, but because everything around them has felt equally unreal, equally uncertain. Like you cannot quite trust what you are seeing because there have been so many versions of how this could go, so many stories, so many what ifs. The Seven of Cups says, yes, that has been real. That has been your experience. And it is now shifting because here is what is beautiful about this card in this position. The Seven of Cups does not stay. It is not a permanent state. It is a phase, and the phase is ending. Let me pull one more card for your current energy before we go deeper. Tell me more about what is happening for Libra right now. The Ace of Swords. Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely yes. The Ace of Swords is one of the most powerful clarity cards in the entire tarot deck. It is the sword cutting through fog. It is the moment of sudden, sharp, undeniable understanding. And it is appearing here for you, Libra, in your current energy position. This is not a future card. This is a now card. The clarity is not coming. It is arriving. It is here. The Ace of Swords cuts through illusion, cuts through confusion, cuts through the noise of the Seven of Cups and delivers truth. Clean, clear, unmistakable. And I want to describe something about this card because I think it is going to resonate. The Ace of Swords in most decks shows a hand emerging from clouds, holding a sword pointed upward. There is often a crown at the top of the blade. That crown represents the victory that comes with clear thinking. The clouds are the confusion you have been in. The hand emerging is yours, Libra. You are breaking through right now. So, the picture I am seeing for your current energy is this. You have been sitting in the space of the High Priestess, waiting and knowing on a deep level, while the Seven of Cups has filled your external world with illusion and overwhelm. And now the Ace of Swords has arrived to cut through all of it. The clarity is not just coming, it is already moving through your energy field. If you are resonating with this so far, let me know in the comments. Just drop a yes or tell me which card is already speaking to you. I love hearing from you. All right, let's look at what has been going on in your recent past. because I think understanding where you have come from is going to make this clarity even more meaningful when it fully lands. What has Libra been going through? Spirit, show me. The Tower. Oh, okay. So this tells me a lot. The Tower in your recent past is significant. The Tower is the card of sudden disruption, of something that seemed solid suddenly cracking, crumbling, falling away faster than expected. And what the Tower does, which people often miss because it looks so dramatic, is that it removes what was never actually stable to begin with. The Tower does not destroy what is real. It destroys what was built on an unstable foundation. So, Libra, something in your recent past fell apart. Something shifted in a way you did not fully anticipate and perhaps did not have time to prepare for. And that disruption, that Tower moment, is what sent you into the fog of the Seven of Cups. Because when something falls suddenly, even when it needed to fall, the immediate aftermath is disorienting. You lose your bearings. Everything that seemed certain becomes uncertain. And that is where the confusion came from. That is where the mental circling came from. Not weakness, adjustment. Let me pull another card to see what came alongside the Tower for you. The Four of Cups. Yes, this makes complete sense. The Four of Cups is the card of withdrawal, of pulling inward, of sitting with something and not quite knowing how to engage with what is being offered. There is a beautiful image in this card. A figure sitting under a tree with arms folded, three cups in front of them, and a fourth cup being offered by a hand from a cloud. And the figure is not looking at the offered cup. They are turned inward, deep in thought, slightly disconnected from what is right in front of them. Libra, this has been you in the recent past. After the Tower shook your world, you went inside. You withdrew a little. You needed time to process. And in that withdrawal, opportunities, offers, possibilities, they were there, being extended toward you. But you were too deep in your own processing to fully see them. The Four of Cups says that was okay, that was necessary. The processing you did during that quiet time was building something. One more card for the recent past. What else happened here? The Hermit. Oh, this is beautiful. All three of these cards together, the Tower, the Four of Cups, the Hermit, they are telling such a coherent story. After disruption came withdrawal, and after withdrawal came solitude and inner searching. The Hermit walks alone, carrying their own lantern, illuminating the path just one step at a time. This has been your journey, Libra. You went inward. You searched your own depths. You stopped looking outside for the answer and started listening inside. And the lantern the Hermit carries, that is your intuition. That inner light has been your guide through all of this fog. And here is what I love about seeing the Hermit in your recent past alongside the Ace of Swords in your current energy. The Hermit's journey is never wasted. Every step taken in solitude, every question asked in the dark, every night of sitting with uncertainty, all of it has been leading to this moment of clarity. The Ace of Swords is the reward of the Hermit's patience. You did the inner work. Now the answer arrives. Let me see what is coming in for you in the next 1 to 2 weeks because this is where things get really interesting, Libra. Spirit, what is coming toward Libra right now? The Star. Oh, this is gorgeous. After everything I just showed you, the Tower, the Four of Cups, the Hermit, the Star is one of the most healing, hopeful cards in the entire deck. The Star appears after difficulty and says, "You are held. You are seen. The universe has not forgotten about you. There is a star guiding you, and it has been guiding you all along, even through the fog when you could not see it. The star brings renewed hope, renewed faith, and a sense of gentle peace that starts to settle over everything. And specifically for your clarity, the star is associated with truth and with the kind of peace that comes when you finally stop fighting what you know. There is a softening here, a releasing of the need to figure everything out through force. The clarity that is coming is not going to feel like a lightning bolt. It is going to feel like the star, quiet, certain, like something gently settling into place that you suddenly realize has always been there. Let me pull more cards for what is coming in. There is a lot here for you. Tell me more, Spirit. The Two of Swords is lifting. Now, this is fascinating. The Two of Swords is the classic stalemate card. The figure blindfolded, arms crossed, two swords held up in a position of suspended judgment. This is the visual representation of your confusion, Libra. This is what has been blocking the clarity. You have been in the Two of Swords position. unable to make a decision, unable to fully see, protecting yourself with the blindfold because looking directly at the truth felt too much. And this card is shifting. The Two of Swords is lifting. I want to say something about why the blindfold goes on in the first place, because it matters. In the Two of Swords, the figure is not stupid. They are not incapable. They put the blindfold on because they were afraid that looking clearly might require them to make a choice they were not ready to make. The protection of not knowing felt safer than the vulnerability of knowing and then having to act on that knowledge. Does that resonate, Libra? Because Spirit is saying that for many of you, the confusion has been a form of self protection, and now you are ready to take the blindfold off. What else is coming in for you? The Justice card, and this is extraordinarily appropriate. Justice appears for Libra, the sign literally represented by the scales of balance. Justice is not vengeance, it is alignment. It is the universe restoring order after disruption, returning things to their proper balance after the tower shook everything loose. And justice arriving now in your incoming energy says that whatever decision you have been delaying, whatever clarity you have been waiting for, when it arrives, it will feel fair. It will feel right. Not emotionally complicated, not ambiguous, but genuinely and clearly right, like the scales finally settling. Justice also speaks to a situation that is resolving. If there has been something in your life that has felt unfair, unbalanced, or unresolved, Spirit is saying that clarity is coming to that situation too. The truth of what happened or what is happening is becoming undeniable. Let me pull one more card for your incoming energy. What else is Spirit wanting to show me? The Six of Swords. Beautiful. The Six of Swords is the card of passage, of moving from turbulent waters into calmer ones. There is a figure in a boat being ferried across water. The left side of the image is choppy and difficult. The right side is smooth and still, and the boat is moving from left to right. You are in that passage, Libra. You are leaving the turbulent waters of confusion behind and moving into clearer, calmer waters. The Six of Swords is a gentle but definitive card. The difficult chapter is ending. The passage has already begun. And what I love about this card in relation to everything else we have seen today is that in the Six of Swords, you do not have to power the boat yourself. You are being ferried. Something is moving you forward. The universe, your guides, the natural current of divine timing, they are carrying you through this transition. Your job right now is simply to stay in the boat. Now let's go deeper, because Spirit is bringing through a very specific message for Libra about the nature of this clarity, and I want to really explore it. The area I am being guided to focus on is the mental and emotional landscape, specifically what the clarity is actually about and what it is going to make possible once it fully arrives. Let me pull several cards for this deep dive. Spirit, show me everything. The World card. Oh, Libra, the World. This is the final card of the major arcana, the card of completion, of wholeness, of something coming full circle. And it appearing here in your reading is telling me something very significant. Whatever you have been confused about, whatever question has been circling in your mind, the answer is not a partial one. The clarity coming is complete. Not a glimpse, not a partial understanding, not more questions. A full, whole, complete knowing. The world is showing me that what is arriving for you is a sense of something being finished, of a chapter fully completing, of understanding arriving in its totality. And there is freedom in the World card. The figure in the center dances freely, unencumbered, whole. That is what clarity does. It frees you. When you have been carrying the weight of not knowing, clarity does not just answer the question, it removes the weight. And that removal is what you are moving into. Let me pull another card to go deeper here. What is the nature of this clarity for Libra? The Page of Swords. Yes, the Page of Swords is the curious mind, the sharp observer, the one who sees what others miss. And the Page of Swords arriving here speaks to how this clarity is going to come to you. It may come through a conversation, a message, something you read or hear that suddenly makes everything click. The Page of Swords is a messenger, meaning the information that delivers your clarity may come from an outside source. Someone may say something to you, or you may come across something, and it will be the final piece that completes the picture. Pay attention to the things people say to you in the coming days, Libra. Pay attention to what catches your eye. Pay attention to conversations that feel like they carry more weight than usual. The Page of Swords is bringing you your answer, and it might arrive looking like an ordinary moment. What else? Tell me more, Spirit. Me. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting alongside the Page of Swords, where the Page of Swords moves quickly, sees sharply, acts on information fast. The Knight of Pentacles is steady, methodical, patient. The message here is that once the clarity arrives, Libra, you do not need to rush. You do not need to act on it the same moment you receive it. The Knight of Pentacles says, take your time, be deliberate. Let the clarity settle before you move on it. The information will be clear, but the action can be careful. This is actually very liberating for Libra because part of the anxiety around receiving clarity has been the fear that once you know, you will have to do something immediately, something irreversible. The Knight of Pentacles is saying that is not the case. You can know and breathe. You can understand and take a moment. The decision that felt so enormous when it was unclear becomes manageable when you have the full picture. Let me pull one more deep dive card. There is something else here, the Sun. Oh my goodness. The Sun card appearing in your longer term incoming energy is one of the most beautiful things I could see for you after everything we have looked at today. The Sun is clarity at its most luminous. It is warmth, success, visibility, joy, and the absolute dissolving of shadow and confusion. The Sun does not allow fog. There is nowhere for confusion to hide in the energy of the Sun. What this tells me is that what begins with the Ace of Swords, that initial sharp clarity, is going to continue expanding. The answer that appears now is the beginning of a longer period of clarity, warmth, and understanding for you, Libra. The Sun is not a brief moment, it is a sustained energy. You are moving into a season of seeing clearly, of understanding your life and your path with a level of certainty you have not felt in a while. Let me pull more for your longer term energy. There is so much here. The Three of Cups, celebration, connection, community, people coming together. The Three of Cups appearing in your future energy suggests that this period of clarity is going to open you back up to the people and connections in your life. Because when you are in the fog of confusion, you often pull away, as we saw with the Four of Cups in your recent past. But as the clarity arrives and the sun rises for you, the Three of Cups says that your social energy, your warmth, your desire to connect and celebrate with others is returning. People are happy to see you back in your full energy, Libra. This card also sometimes speaks to a specific celebration coming, a gathering, a reunion, a moment of shared joy. If you have been distant from friends or family during this confusing period, the energy is very much pointing toward a reconnection that feels good, that feels like relief, that feels like coming home to your people. What else? Tell me more about Libra's longer journey here. The Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning in the material world, a seed being planted for something real and tangible and lasting. The Ace of Pentacles alongside the Sun and the Three of Cups tells me that the clarity you are receiving is going to open a doorway to something new, something you can actually build, something that has material reality, something grounded and real. This is not just an insight or an understanding, it is the beginning of something you can live in your actual life. For some of you, this speaks to a new financial opportunity or a new professional direction becoming clear. For others, it is a new foundation in a relationship or a living situation. But the Ace of Pentacles says, the clarity is not just mental, it is going to become physical. It is going to show up in your real world. One more card for your incoming energy. Let me see what else Spirit wants to show me. The Ten of Pentacles. Oh, this is the card of legacy, of long term abundance, of something built to last. Generations, roots, foundations that hold. The Ten of Pentacles appearing here in your future energy alongside everything else is showing me that what is beginning for you right now, this clarity, this new understanding, this new foundation, is not temporary. It is not a brief window. It is the beginning of something that can last, something that becomes a real and stable part of your life. Spirit is saying what you are stepping into with this clarity is not a temporary fix. It is a genuine new chapter, one that has the potential to be exactly what you have been working toward. Let me pull a few final messages from Spirit and your guides for you, Libra. What does Spirit most want Libra to know right now? The first oracle card or final message card coming through says, trust your inner compass. Spirit is very specifically directing this at you, Libra. Your inner compass has not been broken during this period of confusion. It has been recalibrating, like an instrument that needs a moment of stillness to find its true north. Your inner knowing needed this quiet period to settle into its most accurate reading, and it is settled now. Trust what you feel, trust what you know. Your compass is pointing true. Second message from Spirit. The energy of protection and guidance is very strong here. Spirit is saying that your guides have been extraordinarily active during this confusing period, working behind the scenes, arranging things, protecting you from paths that would not have served you, guiding you toward the right moment for this clarity to arrive. You are not alone in the fog. You are accompanied, and you are accompanied now as the fog lifts. Final message. The last card coming through is carrying the energy of the decision is already made within you. You know, Libra. On the deepest level, you have already arrived at your answer. What is happening now is simply the surface catching up with what the depths already know. The clarity is not finding its way to you, it is rising from within you. It was always there. Libra, your reading today has been extraordinary, and I want to bring it all together for you now. What I have seen for you is a journey that makes complete sense when you look at it as a whole. The tower disrupted something. The Four of Cups took you inward. The Hermit guided you through the dark with nothing but your own lantern. And now, the Ace of Swords is cutting through every last remnant of the fog. The High Priestess has been holding the knowing all along, and she is finally opening the scroll. The clarity that is arriving for you is complete. The World card showed me that. The Sun confirmed it. This is not a partial answer. This is the full understanding that you have been building toward through every difficult and confusing moment of this period. And what comes after? The Star, the Four of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. That is hope, celebration, connection, new beginnings, and lasting foundations. That is what is waiting for you on the other side of this clarity. The decision you have been afraid to make becomes possible when you can see clearly, and you can see clearly now. Trust what you know, Libra. Trust that quiet inner certainty that has been growing even through the confusion. The answer that appears before you in the coming days, in a conversation, in a quiet moment, in something you read or feel or suddenly simply understand, that is real. Receive it. In the days following this reading, you may find that clarity arrives in layers, a conversation that shifts something, a dream that carries meaning, a moment alone where the answer simply appears, fully formed, as if it was always there, waiting, and it was. It has been waiting for you to be ready to receive it. And you are ready now. If this reading resonated with you today, if you felt this was speaking directly to you, please drop a comment below and let me know. Say I received this, or share which card hit home for you. I read everything and I love hearing from you. If this reading served you today, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me know that this content is reaching the people who need it, and it helps so many more Libras find their way here when they need a message like this one. And if you know another Libra who has been struggling with confusion or is waiting for clarity, please share this reading with them. Sometimes people do not know they need a message until they receive it. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you never miss your next reading. There is so much more coming for you, and I want to make sure you are here for it. Libra, your clarity is here. Your fog is lifting. Your answer is appearing. And you are so ready for what comes next. Sending you so much love and light. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.